Hello, 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 and welcome on in. Welcome back to Ace Attorney 4 Apollo Justice as we begin trial day 1 of episode 2, Turnabout Corner. If you remember from last time, our defendant, our client, admits that they did it. So that's already got us behind the 8 ball. And the whole part of this case getting to here has been a real fetch quest type menagerie of cases, like local stolen goods cases combined. You know, someone was crashing into people in a hit and run, and then people had articles of clothing stolen, and someone stole a guy's noodle shop. And somehow that's at the crime scene where the dude was killed. It's where the shady mob doctor was killed. But things don't really add up to what they're saying, so we'll see how that goes and where we go from there. So with that being said, please drink some water, stay hydrated, eat some food, get some rest, take care of yourself the best you can, and enjoy as we hop in to this case. Let's go. June 16th, 9:46 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Huh? Mr. Wright's not here today? He said his old foot injury was acting up. Old injury? It was all smiles yesterday. Yes, he smiled when he said we'd be fine as long as you're there, Trucy. Yes, fine. We'll be fine. Here comes justice. I started my voice training at 5 this morning. Ooh, do some now. I want to see, or hear. Huh? Oh, okay. Ahem. My name is Apollo Justice, and I'm fine. That's more like self-affirmations than vocal training, but sure. That sounds more like self-mantra than voice training. See, I wrote this game. I'm fine, you know what I'm saying? Oh, it's this kid. Good morning. Yo, sup? Hit me with the guilty verdict, G, see if I care. You just hang loose and let things go with the flow. You know what I'm saying? Not really.
Lucky. Don't be running your mouth like that in here.
See, that's the difference between me and you, old man. I ain't afraid of no cops. Real G's can't keep real till they spend some hard time in the pen.
You have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
Sounds like they've both been voice training too, Apollo. My worst fears realized. The trial's starting and I still haven't had a real talk with my client. I'm sure we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Everything will be fine. June 16th, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom Number 4. Yep, he's the prosecutor, all right.
Court is now in session for the trial of Milwaukee, Kentucky.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. Ready to rock and roll, Herr Judge. It's him, the guy from yesterday. He's a prosecutor? It's Mr. Gavin's brother.
Long time no see, Prosecutor Gavin. You taking a leave of absence?
You know that little band I started in my free time? Thing is, we got real popular. Hard to say nothing to your fans when 3 of your singles go platinum, yeah?
I see. To be honest, I was a little concerned. I figured that you might still be distraught over that one trial.
Not to worry, Judge. I wouldn't miss this day in court for the world. It's worth even more than VIP passes to one of my concerts, yeah? How could I pass up a chance to see the true strength of the little boy who bested my brother? It was worth canceling a show or two.
Understood. Give your opening statements to the court.
Before that, I was thinking, is the air in this courtroom not a bit serious?
It is a court of law.
That's no way to get the crowd jumping, Judge.
Not supposed to jump. This is a courtroom.
Achtung, baby. Today we play it my way. What's that noise? Sometimes you have to get on up in order to get down to prosecuting. This is crazy. The victim, Pal Maractus, director of the Maractus Clinic. The scene, People Park. He was found pulling a noodle stand.
In the world was a doctor doing pulling a noodle stand.
Yes, I believe you will only find that out by asking the defendant right here, right now. Because it's an undeniable truth that he shot the victim. What do you mean undeniable? You're to glare at anyone, Herr Justice. Glare at the punk in the defendant's chair. His crime was witnessed quite clearly, you see.
Very well. Please admit this witness to the court.
Alright, bud. Not yet. First, there's a little matter to be cleaned up. Could you talk without the accompaniment? I swear I could see the guitar for a second. Not helping.
What is it, Prosecutor Gavin?
The motive, Herr Judge. Why did the little punk do it? Why did he kill the director of the Maractus Clinic? Not so fast. The defendant doesn't have to explain that. No, but what if the defendant specifically requests to do so, as he did this morning? I want to give a shout out to all my homies, I believe he said.
What?
What is right? You always say that on stage. You'd hit the crowd with speed and ferocity. Sounds like he got you good, huh, Polly?
Well, this is highly unusual, but the court will now hear from the defendant concerning his motive in the crime.
Great, now I'm gonna have to cross-examine my own defendant.
So, you, son, are the defendant Walkie, are you?
I ain't your son, old man. You step to a Kataki, you better be prepared to stop strong. You step to a public official, you best be prepared to step into jail. You gotta hand it to him. Walkie sure has guts. It's not his guts I'm worried about.
Well, then the court will now hear testimony of the defendant's motive from the defendant himself.
Oh boy. What do you got now, bud? Walkie Kataki's truth, in quotations. I'll tell you one thing. That doctor was a quacker. Someone had to show him what's what. I was in his clinic about half a year ago. He messed up my op something bad. And he just lets me go without a word. See you later, bye. It's So I gotta go in, get another doc to patch me up again. That was the day I done figured it out. No OG's gonna let that pass. That's why I went to his pad that night. Know what I'm saying?
But you didn't go to his pad. What's the contradiction there?
You're saying you were one of the victim's patients?
A lot of stuff goes down when you're keeping it real on the street. True dat. I tell you one thing, that doc was whack.
Very well. The defense may be in the cross-examination.
Can't believe this is the first time I'm hearing about all of this.
Alright, let's see what we can do here. Show what's what. Let's go. Let's figure out what this is first, and then we'll go and we'll do some work.
So you were a patient at the Maractus Clinic half a year ago. For what reason? I had what you might call a mark of honor.
Can you explain precisely what was wrong?
We had a little run-in with the Rivali's family. That's when I pulled a jack move. And ran into an ambush. She busted a cap right into me.
Oh my gosh. Also, does it look like he's not even wearing shoes? None of them are. Okay. He's inside, apparently. According to my sources, you couldn't stand the stress of waiting and ran in 15 minutes before the appointed time by yourself.
Hey, I was more than a match for those guys.
So you were carried to the Maractus Clinic from there?
Apparently, he was shot in the heart.
Shot in the heart and he's still alive? I didn't catch bullets between my teeth.
Really?
I never learned how to catch them with my heart.
I don't think most people do know how to do that.
The bullet stopped just short of my thumper. You know what I'm saying? Would have been golden if it weren't for that whack doc. Can't even take out a stupid bullet.
So as you say, the surgery was a failure.
That ain't all of it, Holmes.
What do you mean he just let you go without a word?
What do you think it means? It's whack, that's what.
I'm not sure what that means, but it sounds bad.
It sounds as though Ed Doctor wished to hide his mistake. This is why he let the defendant go.
He's a liar, straight up. He's a badder G than me.
But this is obviously... Here's an actual problem.
You went to his pad? Did you have an appointment to meet with the victim? In the park, perhaps?
Because he wanted to, apparently, and apparently we can't overrule our own client, is why we're letting him testify. I don't know why.
You out of your mind? Who makes an appointment to get the drop on someone? I came ready to fight my way into that clinic of his. Shortest way to the clinic from my place is through that park, you know what I'm saying?
Is it? I guess.
He's right. That does seem to be the shortest path.
What was he doing there?
There I was, called walking through the park. When he comes popping up out of nowhere right before my eyes. I figured someone up on high was looking out for me, know what I'm saying?
This sounds bad right from the get-go.
Well, there won't be any get-go if we don't get some more information.
Right, first gather the facts. Time enough for despair later. Okay. Your guy must have went up, and it just lets me go. Alright, let's keep pressing and see if I can discover anything.
So this bullet is still... You know it. I can still feel it. Right there in my chest, pressing up against my heart.
Your words are like a bullet shot straight into my heart. Or something to that effect. Incidentally, that's from one of our hit singles.
That sounds like a straightforward case of malpractice.
Word, J-Man. We're no accident, that's for shizzle.
What is his dialogue, dude?
Seems like there are issues with this doctor.
Man, putting him down is like doing the world a favor. Walkie, please consult your lawyer before saying things like that. Chin up, Apollo. Back straight.
Why did this mistake only come to light that day?
It was found during the family health checkup. The family checkup? That's the wackest thing of all us G's lining up, taking eye exams and all that. Better die young than fade away, bizoy.
A relief to hear.
And what's a relief?
Oh, did your father not tell you? That bullet you carry so close to your heart, if not attended to immediately, it could kill you.
What?
Yes, Dr. Maractus had knowledge concerning this ticking time bomb in you. Knowledge that could have saved your life.
No way. That's whacked.
There is proof. Your checkup report.
Great.
How ironic that you would kill the one man capable of helping you. You're almost as careless as he was. Well, now that the place is hopping, let's get this gig started.
Started.
We've had enough of a warm-up act, yeah? Time to hear from the witness.
Walkie sure is quiet all of a sudden. I'm a little uneasy myself. Is this Kevin's strategy?
Who in the world are you? So, will you tell us your name and occupation?
Yeah. My name is Wesley Stickler. My occupation, I take it to refer to that, profits society at large and supports a livelihood, under which definition I must confess to being unemployed. However, I must acknowledge the meaning of identity, which is commonly attached to the notion of occupation, and once we have accepted this reality, we see that our confusion is not difficult, per se, but derives from the vagueness inherent in all representations of
By which he means to say that he is a student. A junior at Ivy University, if I'm not mistaken?
Yes, in the Department of Science and Engineering. Filled with curiosity for all things, I spend my days in pursuit of truth, honing...
Herr Stickler, please direct said curiosity to the case at hand today.
Very well, Mr. Stickler. Please testify to the court about what you saw on the night of the crime.
You asked quite simplistically what I saw. However, we must understand that Homo sapiens possess two eyes, each of which is designed to receive and interpret data, sending images in the form of signals.
Oh my word. Nerd.
Hey, calm down, please.
A night in the park. This is definitely, like, he gives off, like, major, like, sovereign citizen vibes. Now, normally those types are not the ones that, like, go to college, but he gives off sovereign citizen vibes. What's up? Hmm.
That night I passed through the park on my way home from shopping when I saw them. One man pulling a stand, another man facing him. I saw them quite clearly. The man facing the victim was the defendant. In his hand he held, yes, a pistol. It was pointed at the man pulling the stand. A shot, and the bullet hit the man pulling the stand from the front, square in the forehead.
Well, we know that's a lie. I mean, there definitely appears to be something up with this dude. I don't know what it is.
Is there anyone else in the park at the time?
I can say with 100% accuracy that there was not.
The pistol our witness refers to is this.
What accepts this in evidence?
Fingerprints were wiped. Okay. Hold on a second. A pistol, huh? A pistol and a bullet in someone's chest.
Well, Mr. Justice, you may cross-examine the witness.
Yes, Your Honor. Trucy, why are you staring like that at the witness? That man. I can't help but feel I've seen him somewhere before.
Hold on. Maybe I'm the idiot. Oh, why can't I look at... Why don't I have access? I mean, I'm dumb here right now, apparently, but, like... Why can't I ever look at the people's face? Metallic object found near heart, urgent exam needed. I wish I could look at things. Oh. Oh, interesting. Okay. Alright. Well, anyway, I know what the issue is here. This is obviously the easy part, which we know. So we know it's not.
If that's all of it, I think I have a chance.
Is that you relaxing? I see, Air Justice.
Objection.
Once is quite enough, Mr. Justice.
Paulo, pace yourself. This trial's not over yet. Look at this.
The autopsy report. Is there a problem with the autopsy report?
Right, a problem. Yes! The problem is the location of the entry wound.
Location?
You testified that the killer shot the victim square in the forehead, did you not? I've already determined your angle of inquiry. Allow me to explain. It is quite simple, really. First, understand that when I say square, I speak not what I mean by this. For example, the deflection of a meter is times the wavelength of the light emitted by the krypton particle, as we all know. In addition, it is a well-known fact that krypton particles are rare and invisible to the naked eye, which points to a basic fallacy in
Justice,
Yes?
what's your objection to these are krypton particle things?
This is big time, and you're obsessed with something so small. You disappoint me. No, I'm obsessed with something big. I mean, there's a bigger, less nitpicky problem here. Do tell. Just look at the autopsy report. The location of the entry room was the right temple. Temple? Mr. Stickler, you said quite clearly that the victim was shot square in the forehead. That's a contradiction, isn't it? Don't be confident. The krypton particles. You know, like the midichlorians. It refracted the bullet around the surface of gravity. I don't, you know. It is right, finally? Air Justice. Oh, Air Justice. Yes? Your tactics are outdated. Trying to shake the witness by objecting to trifles. Surely you haven't forgotten the fatal wound your master suffered 7 years ago. Huh? Phoenix Wright, was it? Look, I know the wound was in the wrong place according to this testimony. Hey, at forehead. Forehead? Let us imagine you are walking through the park. You see two men facing each other, one with a pistol trained on the other. What would you do, at forehead? Well, I guess I would try to stop them. I'd probably shout, stop. And you, Fraulein? Me? Well, I'd probably scream, eek. And you, Herr Stickler? What did you shout, I wonder? The victim turned his head at the last moment. Ah, yes, thank you for jogging my memory.
Sounds like an addendum to the testimonies required.
Oh, jeezums. A Night in the Park 2. As soon as the killer raised his pistol, I took action. Cease, it's this at once, you two, I cried, with composure. The victim turned in the direction of my voice, and a shot rang out. Whereupon our cowardly killer, the defendant, appeared to have become frightened. Tossing the pistol aside, he fled from the scene. But what about the knife, though?
I see, so you attempted to stop the crime.
Indeed, with composure. Well, maybe the criminal wouldn't have fired if he hadn't shouted like that. That doesn't really matter now, unfortunately. Let us consider this new testimony, shall we? Observe the diagram, if you would. The witness, Mr. Stickler, was it, stood here. He shouted, "Oh, stop, please," or something of this nature, and the victim responded by looking in the witness's direction. If the killer were to have fired at just that moment, as we can see, the bullet would have struck the right temple, as in the report.
That does seem to be the case.
Witness the power of a junior in Ivy University's Department of Science.
Very well, Mr. Justice, you may cross-examine the witness.
Oh boy. Okay. I think the knife is gonna have something to do with this here. So you saw a raised pistol. Weren't you frightened? It can be said we students of Ivy University know no fear. The moment I saw that pistol, my inner sense of justice compelled me to take action.
It was certainly brave of you. Went unshot.
You certainly were lucky. If I were in the killer's shoes, I certainly wouldn't have left a witness behind. He actually looks like he had no idea he was in danger. Regardless, I attempted to halt the bloodshed. Did you hear the gunshot at the same time as the victim turned?
Indeed, I would say about the same time to be precise.
And the victim didn't ask you for help?
It can be said that he didn't have time to ask. He didn't even have time to take a single step.
Totally sure that the killer fired because Mr. Stickler startled him. Don't say that too loud, Trucy, please.
Appeared to become frightened.
Why? Can you describe the killer's actions more clearly?
He seemed quite surprised, especially considering that it was he who did the deed. As we can see, human psychology is a tangled web indeed. He simply couldn't believe what he had done. He shot, he panicked. Common tale, but true. Unfortunately, before I could take further action, he fled from the scene.
You didn't try to apprehend the criminal?
It all happened so fast, I'm afraid I hadn't that time.
Didn't something about that strike you as odd, Apollo? What? The killer was in a hurry, right? He fired the pistol and tossed it right away. According to the testimony, that's what happened, yes. Like you said, I expect to find something that we didn't find. Find something? Find what? I like that contradiction. Kinda sad to see it go. That's as I feel. What do we do now? That's right. We can find something to use in this new testimony.
Let's see. Let's save here. Action ceases once you two. The victim turned in the direction of my voice and a shot rang out, whereupon our cowardly killer, frightened, he fled from the scene. Well, I guess fingerprints, right? So maybe it's the gun that has, like, how are the fingerprints wiped? If he just left in a hurry, how are they wiped? Maybe. Oh, it's worth a shot. Is there anything of use in here? Doesn't look like it. No. Can I present this? Objection! Yeah.
Wait a second. Tisk another misleading request. Yet you're so beholden to your own mode of discourse, you can't see how it affects you. Come again? Wait a second, you say. A second. Are we intended to wait just that, a single second, 1/60th of a minute? That's hardly enough time to draw breath, let alone make a statement in court. Now, had you asked for a longer period of time, say 3 minutes, 35 seconds, and...
Justice!
Yes, Your Honor?
I understand you're objecting to the length of a second.
Yes, I mean no! Here, just look at the pistol. It doesn't have a single fingerprint on it. Ah, a common ploy, made all the more common, I fear, by the prevalence of television. Criminals these days are loath to leave fingerprints. Wait, but you said the killer tossed the gun and ran. That's right. He didn't have time to wipe the gun for prints.
Oh, the little girl sticking it to the university student. There's a song in there.
I'm not little.
Then let's think like adults, shall we, Fraulein? What if the killer, the defendant, was wearing gloves? We know he wasn't.
Gotta admit, I didn't think of that, Apollo.
Oh, Mr. Justice, has the killer been wearing gloves?
No.
The record of the murder weapon is very clear about one thing. The fingerprints were wiped, which means some trace of prints remained, which contradicts your testimony. If everything happened as you say it did, you wouldn't have had time to wipe the pistol.
Well, he looks unbothered.
That may be, but it does not change what I saw. The killer, the defendant, he threw down the murderous weapon from his hand and fled. And this pistol was found at the scene of the crime, strongly suggesting that this was the weapon he disposed of.
Excuse me? Are you saying you didn't actually see what the weapon was that he threw down? That sounds solid to me. Well-aired forehand? Any of your precious objections?
What gives, Apollo? Let's see the voice training go to work. You know, I've only recently realized something. No matter how much you train your voice, it doesn't matter if you have nothing to say. What do you mean, nothing to say? Isn't it obvious from what the witness just said? Huh? Isn't what obvious? When he restated what he saw just now, he said Waki dropped a murderous weapon. But that's not the same as being 100% sure of what Waki threw away. You're right. He's just confused because a pistol was found at the scene. Poor Mr. Stickler. It must be hard to be so perfect and yet so wrong.
Well, it can be said that I'm quite offended. Well, it is indeed true that once in my youth I wrote a love letter in my own blood that was seized by the teacher and posted on the blackboard for all to see. And for this, the appellation might be fixed by my name. Oh my gosh.
What I can say for certain is that the witness saw the killer throw something. Does the friends have anything to say about this?
Well, if what he threw wasn't a pistol, then it had to be something else.
At least one person on the defense team seems to be thinking.
Ugh. Wipe that smile off your pretty face, Gavin.
Perhaps you can inform the court as to the nature of this something else. What did the killer throw away?
The knife.
That sword.
Hello, welcome on in.
Saw one of those in a late night movie last night.
Great, a sleep-deprived judge. This knife was found at the scene of the crime, with the defendant's prints on it.
There's prints.
The single piece of evidence proves two important things. One, that what the defendant threw down wasn't a pistol. Two, that the defendant wasn't wearing gloves.
Indeed.
Oh, a forehead? You gotta be quick. So many voices, gotta be able to switch them up. You're forgetting two other things you've just proven.
Huh?
One, that the man the witness saw was the defendant, Mr. Waki-Kitaki. Two, that the defendant was holding a knife with the intent of harming the victim.
Oh.
Indeed.
Never underestimated Gavin is the lesson here.
The court is of the opinion that our witness is found in making assumptions. In that light, I believe it will behoove us to hear about what really occurred. Witness, less assuming, please.
It's always the same with you people. Mark left the house on foot, and 5 minutes later his brother left after him. How long would it take for Mark's brother to catch up to him? Assuming that Mark never had to stop for a traffic light. Assuming, yes, that's what I said, assuming. As if that were a probable situation at all. Yet here we are assuming that my assumption is no better.
And when this court assumes that the witness will testify as to what happened after the shot was fired.
Here we go again. From shot to call.
I could not prevent the killer from leaving the scene, nor could I simply leave the scene in good conscience. Ergo, I used my cell phone to call the police. Until the police arrived at the scene 10 minutes later, I saw no one else.
Interesting.
Why didn't you chase the killer? He was, as you say, a killer. Of course, I could have run him down, yet what would he have done when cornered? Sadly, it takes more than an aptitude for solving quadratic equations to know that.
Did the testimony earlier not prove the defendant's presence at the scene? And do we not also know that there was no one else there? It seems clear that we have our killer. Does it not?
Does it not, Mr. Justice?
Yeah. Gotta find a way to take this testimony down quick. From shot to call. I think I'm just gonna have to press everything because I don't have an understanding yet right now. Which way did the killer run? By that time, it was clear the killer had noticed me. Naturally, he ran in the opposite direction. He ran in the opposite direction from the Kataki mansion. Akaton don't even think about pointing out that he was going away from his home. All he had to do was loop back once he was out of sight. Ugh, how did he know that's where I was going? You were certainly composed for someone who just witnessed a killing. If one is to devote one's life to the pursuit of science, one must never flinch at the sight of a little blood, nor be so moved by a chemical discovery that one drops one's flask upon the lab room floor. Ooh, cool answer. Very cool. So nothing strange about how he acted. She looks like she has something to say. Used your cell phone to call the police, huh? Wasn't your first thought to call an ambulance? It can be said that I have dabbled in medicine. Oh? The injury I witnessed, namely a single shot to the head, tends to result in death. Ergo, there was no need for me to call an ambulance. Oh, a perfect syllogism. A proof in 3 parts. Exquisite. Simply exquisite. She looks like he's gonna cry. What's going on here? Saw no one else. Can you tell us in detail about these 10 minutes? I stood in a state of heightened awareness. Anything could happen at any moment. Anyone could appear from any direction. Is that all? No one came. Nothing happened at all. I saw it all, which is to say, I saw nothing.
Late at night, it's not odd to think that there would be a few people around in the park.
So he just stood there watching? Not much to go on here. Well, at some point in all of this, there was a hit and run. Trucy, if you got something to say, by all means say it. Can't find a single problem with that testimony. Had enough at last, Air Forehead. Maybe it's time to back off a bit. No, I don't think it is. The fence still has some questions that demand answers, Your Honor.
In your opinion, Prosecutor Gavin?
Oh, let him play attorney until he's satisfied, I say. I'll amuse myself by composing my next smash hit in my head.
Very well, you may continue with the cross-examination.
Okay, what do we have here? Area, Mr. Wright's office. Made up noodles. There's this person's phone. Huh. Actually. Cell phone. I don't think there's anything I can get from this. Do you have a cell phone? I don't think that would work. Fingerprint powder, autopsy report, knife, noodle stand, map. I don't think this is gonna work for obvious reasons. I think I am too early on this. Conscience, ergo I use my cell phone. Is this your cell phone? No, this isn't it. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Okay. Can I simply leave this scene? I think I've pressed everything. There, I saw no one else. There's gotta be a weakness somewhere in this testimony. Let me just keep pressing again and see if there's anything else. Which way did the killer run? Sometimes these things change. Maybe there isn't anything. Okay, yeah. Some of us have glamorous careers we'd like to get back to this month, forehead. Don't have enough to put Walkie away yet. Should I back off now? Maybe. I don't think I do have enough. Yeah. Ugh. There's nothing fishy about that testimony at all.
There's no objections to the witness's current testimony.
There are any number of ways to explain the lack of prints on the pistol, I assure you. Perhaps the killer really was wearing gloves which wiped the previous user's prints off. Then after the deed was done, this fell out of his pocket as he was throwing the gun away. A mistake befitting of a small-time punk, in my opinion. No, no!
You're down the end of the line here.
That can't be all. How unfortunate. It seems that you weren't cut out to stand on the same stage as me. Were you, Ed Forehead?
This brings the cross-examination to a close. It's going to declare a verdict for the defendant, Waki Gataki.
Hello? Trucy? Nobody move.
What's the meaning of this? Who are you?
Excuse me? There'll be no verdict in this court. Not yet. Wait. Are you one of the Katakis?
Katakis? Notorious gangsters.
If you don't want to see me give the pretty little girl a new smile, do as I say. Adjourn the court for 20 minutes.
What? This court will not bow to pressure from the likes of...
Air Judge. I see little point in further aggravating this gentleman. Recess. 20 minutes. Or I promise you you'll regret it. Wait! How did he disappear so fast? Come to the defendant lobby, Apollo.
I have no choice but to adjourn for a 20-minute recess. Bailiff, catch that mysterious man.
Hello? Yeah, let's... Okay. That escalated quickly in a new and different direction. We're taking hostages within the courtroom now. For some reason. Yeah, I guess we'll continue on. Excuse me? Okay. Trucy! Trucy! You move quick, Apollo. Good show, good show.
Trucy, you're okay? I thought... Don't cry, Apollo. Those good-for-nothing gangsters. There's some things you just don't do. Pressing charges. Wait, just calm down, Apollo. Or else...
Excuse me?
What the heck is that? Surprised? This is one of my best tricks, the amazing Mr. Hat.
So she kidnapped herself. Cool. Feel like this is probably grounds for disbarment. At the very least, a mistrial. You look marvelous, darling.
He's a big hit on stage at the Wonder Bar. Yes, I'm a big hit, haha.
You know what? If Phoenix was pulling stunts like this, yeah, I could see this is why Phoenix lost his badge. Like, we've seen a lot of crazy crap go on over the last 3 games. Holding yourself hostage in order to get a recess is definitely up there. Like, it's honestly crazier than the defendant that poisoned themselves on the stand. At least there was a logic behind that, and there's nothing that ultimately any of us could do.
What do you think? Do you like it? You mean, Trucy, there are some things that you just don't do. I'm pressing charges. Apollo, now's not the time to be threatening me. It's you who's being threatened here, huh? Remember that you said to Waukie's father yesterday? You promised you'd save his son. But that testimony was rock solid. What are you suggesting I do? Look, once the judge declares a verdict, it's all over. If I can use my talent to stop that from happening, I will. Trucy, no more staged abductions, please. I'm talking about magic, Apollo. I know when the witness isn't confident. I can perceive what he's feeling. It might not mean anything, but it's all we've got. You can see what he's feeling?
Like an empath?
Think back, Apollo. Think back to the times when there was a contradiction in his testimony. All the times. All the times there was a contradiction.
I remember. Well, that's, yeah.
Well, I think I remember them, sure. There were 2 times when he made statements he wasn't confident in, and each time there was a contradiction. In his hand he held... Yes, a pistol was pointed at the man pulling the stand.
Oh, it's him flipping the book?
He fled from the scene.
With his pinky up or whatever the fuck it is.
He said the man tossed aside a pistol, but it turned out he wasn't sure, and sure enough, there was a contradiction. Well, that's true, but how does it help us? Didn't you notice anything? Whenever he made a statement he wasn't confident in, he displayed a certain habit.
That's right, we have to do habits in this game. We have to find their poker tells, basically.
See, at the very moment he said the word pistol,
The very moment he said the word pistol, we don't see them as they say the words. Oh my gosh. How am I supposed to see that?
well, I could see it.
You're an NPC.
How else do you think Daddy went 7 years without losing a game of poker?
Oh, so y'all did cheat.
What? I always sat next to Daddy during the big matches.
Are you saying you were in the room and in the first case?
I could see what his opponents were feeling.
If you say you were in the room when that man was killed, I'm going to lose my mind.
You mean that's how Mr. Right won all those games? It's not cheating officially. I wasn't looking at their hands or anything. And I wasn't there all the time either. Okay. Daddy's quite good at poker after all, but not good enough to go undefeated that long. Great. So he cheated. What does that do for us? I don't believe this. You have to listen to his testimony one more time. No, scratch that. You have to watch his testimony. Perceive the truth. Watch a testimony? Perceive the truth? The only thing I'm perceiving is that I'm going to lose. Not true. Daddy said so. He said, you have the power, Apollo. Mr. Wright said that? Watch the testimony. Perceive his true feelings. She's serious?
Yep. Let's just channel the Sharingan and then we'll be able to somehow tell everything. Also correct, she wasn't there during the thing, during the first trial in court.
Time's up. Sorry, I can't think of any way out of this one, Apollo. Was what that she said before the trial? What was that she said before the trial started? Oh, Mr. Wright's not here today. He said his old foot injury was acting up. He smiled when he said to be fine as long as you're there, Chusey. That's what he meant by us being fine? Well, that's his aside. She did avoid one guilty verdict already today. Time to show this court what it's made of. I'm made of. Get ready for justice! Let's do it. Apollo? You know, I'm starting to think I can do this. I knew you could do it all along. Oh, one more thing.
Please don't show that in court.
Try to cover for Mr. Hat as best you can.
I just flew in from the coast and boy, are my arms tired.
Right. Okay.
So we're just gonna sit here and point out his nervous tics, and that's somehow going to be this great contradiction. As opposed to, you know, 3 games where it was all about, you know, pressing, gathering information, and just kind of generally finding the contradiction. They're like, no. Yeah. Your Honor, I heroically kicked the ass of the kidnapper, but also he got away, so... but I don't think he's going to harm anyone ever again, but I didn't commit murder, so please don't ever look for him ever again. I mean, I think it's an interesting perspective to have, like, someone that's able to notice some of that stuff. But it might be more compelling if Apollo was aware that he had the ability to do that from the beginning, and it wasn't just kind of pointed out to him. You know?
Court is now back in session.
Right, we're fine.
I'd like to say to the young lady standing next to you, Mr. Justice,
Oh, you mean me?
we have anything to report. Anything concerning the mysterious phantom in the silk top hat.
Right, him. Don't worry about him. I settled that.
What does that... That is the most suspicious way that you could come back and say anything. Aside from literally just going, huh? What Phantom? What kidnapper? I don't remember a kidnapper.
You settled that?
Yes, it was an, out-of-court settlement, right?
Perhaps Fraulein would have us believe it was nothing more than a passing dream. A fantastic illusion. Now you see it, now you don't, am I right? Of course, he's on it right away.
I think he's on to me.
What gave you that impression?
I wish he would stop being so cool.
Let us dispense with these niceties and get straight to the matter. What are your plans for our gifted witness?
Right. The defense would like to request another cross-examination. Because I forgot to ask something.
There's no issue with the witness's previous testimony. I'll grant your request, however, but this court will not permit stalling for time.
Understood, Your Honor. Don't forget, Apollo. When he isn't sure about something, he has a habit of fiddling with his book.
Don't say it out loud. Now he's gonna be self-conscious. Not prevent the killer from leaving the scene, nor could I simply leave the scene in good conscience. Ergo, I used my cell phone to call the police. Was I too early again? Well, I did say I was too early on the cell phone issue.
Not sure I'm qualified to watch testimonies after all.
Well, that's also true, yeah. Oh, I forgot about the bracelet. Paul's just like me, I forgot about the bracelet too. But you're right.
Oh, guess if only it were that easy. My ears hear what he says, my eyes see his expressions. Do I have to do something more? What other senses do I have? What's this? My bracelet.
The way this is set up makes it look like he's having a heart attack. Like, it looks like he's having a heart attack. It's like, my heart.
My bracelet feels different somehow. I think Danny was right. You can see it, can't you?
Look with your special eyes.
You're almost there. Find the weak spot in his testimony. I know this sounds crazy. My bracelet is trying to tell me something.
I guess this bracelet is like the replacement for the, because we don't have the, oh, what's it called? Magatama. Okay. We know which one it is, and it's the cell phone. So, right, I can't actually, yeah, I can't do anything with the bracelet.
So you called immediately after witnessing the murder.
The police undoubtedly have a record of the call. Why not check with him?
Wait, Apollo. This has to be it. Wait, do you mean his habit?
Yes. Clearly. He did the exact thing that we had just talked about, Apollo.
Don't forget, Apollo.
Okay, yes, yep.
The only time he even had the book open was here, which means this is the place to look for his habit. I don't know how I know, but I know.
Don't say that part out loud.
Know what? It's It's my bracelet. It's different somehow. I can feel it reacting to something about the witness. Your bracelet? I'm not sure I get this focus stuff you were talking about, Trucy. That UI looks straight from like the DS. That UI is so DS coded, like coming down from the top of the bottom screen. But I have a feeling that trusting my bracelet is the way to go. Okay, I just need to touch my bracelet with X that reacts to the testimony. Perceive! My Sharingan eyes. What's going on? I can see the witness's face. His expression so clearly. It's filling my mind. I can see nothing else, hear nothing else. Apollo? Trucy, what's happening to me? This is what I meant by focusing. Focusing. In this state, you can see everything, Apollo. Everything the witness does. You can see through his genjutsu. Copy his moves. You are Kakashi. Itake. That's great, but this is kind of freaking me out. Just look for Mr. Stickler's twitch, his habit. You remember it, right? Did I also get the bracelet from, like, my childhood friend that was trapped under a boulder? Sure. When he says something he's not sure of, he fiddles with a page of his book. You got it. Right now you're looking at the witness's face. And your eyes are sort of bugging out. I can just picture him, what everyone else sees is just him like two fists on the desk, staring, unblinking at the witness, being like, "Rrrr. Perceive." I bet they are. First, move your focus of attention down to Mr. Stickler's hand. His hand? You know what to look for, but you have to be looking at the right place. She's right. I can only see his face like this. Time to try changing my viewpoint. Perfect. Now you're really ready. Ready for what? Ready to perceive the truth behind the twitch. Perceive? Try listening to the witness talk as you focus. Then watch for his habit. Right. Even when he fiddles with the page. That's right. That's your signal to look closer to perceive with X. Find his weak spot and I guarantee you'll be able to give him the royal flush. Spoken like a true pokerhead's daughter. I'm a magician, thank you very much. So I have to pay attention to his words. And his fingers. Don't worry if you miss it. You can always try again. Right. Look out, nervous twitch. Here comes justice. Ergo, I used my cell phone to call the police. Oh, I guess I have to... I used my cell phone.
Gotcha!
I saw it just now. I could see it.
Mr. Justice, do you have something to say?
Oh, this banging of desks. It's quite bad for my circulation, you know. Mr. Stickler, allow me to ask you a simple question.
Why did you fiddle with the page of your book just now? The very moment you mentioned your cell phone. What are you talking about? It's also, again, classic Ace Attorney moment. I knew where we were going. I just got there too early. I needed to have my assistant kidnapped and to awaken my Sharingan in order to actually press the issue. I'm curious now about this cell phone of yours. Mind if I ask a few questions? What to ask? What to ask? Ask to see his phone. Mr. Stickler, please show me your cell phone. Why? Whatever for. Show me and you'll find out. Well, I can't. I don't have it, you see.
Don't have it.
Mr. Stickler, is this your cell phone? Like I said, I knew it. I knew it 20 minutes ago. Well, where did you get that? That's the phone from yesterday. Look, a cell phone. Someone dropped it beneath this tire. If the car moved, it would be crushed for sure. I wonder if it belongs to the doctor here. How strange, Mr. Stickler. Can you explain why your cell phone is sitting here in my hand at this very moment? It's possible he is the one that stole them. It is definitely possible that he is our thief. Because we never really figured it out. I would hope so. But I think we're getting to that. Maybe.
Wait a minute, what is the meaning of this?
This cell phone was found yesterday in the Maractus Clinic garage.
Maractus. Well, that's where the victim lived.
That's impossible. Yeah, thief of item that shall not be named. Mr. Stickler, you lied to the court, didn't you? If your cell phone is here, how could you have called the police? I would love... Oh, I can finally look at the court record now. How old is our friend here? 22. Okay. Yeah. It's not the oldest, but that's still definitely a crime considering one of his presumed victims is 15. It is true, I didn't have my cell phone that night. That is why it could be said that I called the police from a public payphone. Oh, bud, it's like 7 years later from when we were in Ace Attorney 3. There ain't public payphones.
Payphones? You didn't call on your cell phone after all.
Just where was this payphone located, Mr. Stickler? Well, it indicated with a startlingly high degree of accuracy. It was right around here. I do not believe you. That's quite a ways.
That's quite a ways from the park. Why did you lie?
There can be only one reason. He didn't want the court to know he had lost his cell phone, because it was found in the victim's garage. What are you saying? Mr. Stickler, you broke into the Maractus Clinic garage on the night of the murder. The cell phone tells all. But that's ridiculous. That makes it sound like I snuck into this fellow's garage to commit some crime. As though I were trying to kill him. Whoa, you said it, not me. That's where I was going, but you said it first.
When Dr. Maractus was killed that night,
Yes, but no. This line of reasoning has to be against the rules. Yes, it's true. I lost my cell phone, but you can't prove that I lost it that night.
Oh no. Oh no, please don't tell me. Please. Don't. They are in the court record, and that hurts me a great deal.
Well, Mr. Justice, that cell phone was dropped the night of the murder. Has raised considerable suspicions as to a connection with the crime.
Now's your chance, Paul. Connect Mr. Stickler to the crime.
Well, he's already connected enough, I just have to prove it. I'm not liking where this is going.
Oh, do I have a piece of evidence that can do the job? Can I prove the cell phone was dropped on the night of the murder?
If I'm wrong, though, I'm gonna look super creepy. If this is not the right time to use this piece of evidence, it's gonna look very weird. I mean, it's gonna look very weird regardless of what happens, but...
Of course I have evidence. Ooh, I like your swagger. Air forehead, hit it.
Well, don't see this evidence, Mr. Justice. Hit it as they say.
The evidence that proves it was done at the night of the murder was this. It's not, right? It can't be. Surely not.
Prosecutor Gavin.
It was not. It was not that.
Polygon before that night. That's right, the cell phone would have been crushed.
That's what I was getting at. Yeah, I think it's the car mirror.
That's side rear mirror.
It's too late. Dignity's gone.
As it so happens, Dr. Marcus's car was in an accident that took place the night of the murder. An accident? An accident. It happened a little after 9 p.m., just outside People Park, our murder scene. Dr. Marcus's car hit a pedestrian. What are you trying to say? From the absence of a mirror, it's clear that the car was parked after the accident, which means it was parked there after 9 p.m. on the night of the murder. If your cell phone had been dropped before the car was parked in that garage, then it would have been crushed. It ain't no Nokia. After all, it was lying on the ground right under the wheel. Ergo, Mr. Stickler, the only time you could have dropped us in that garage was after 9 p.m. the night of the murder in the park. Mr. Stickler, you know what this means. You did break into the victim's garage that night.
It's most unexpected, Mr. Justice. You're naming this witness as a suspect in the murder of Paul Maractus?
No, stop. It's too much. This can't be happening. Prosecutor, say something.
I suppose it's worth saying this. No connection has been found between Wesley Stickler and Paul Maractus. That is, other than this.
Whatever our next testimony will be the most revelatory. Is the witness prepared?
Yes, Your Honor. I know that face. That's the face of guilt. Stickler's truth. That night, yes, I went to the supermarket. I must have dropped my cell phone on my way back. And when I was walking through the park, I happened to witness the crime. I saw the killer, the victim, the stand, all as clear as day. It was him. I saw the defendant at the scene.
Okay. Flipping through the pages again.
But her cell phone was lying in the garage.
Yes, as well, as you can see, my mom has a defect. It's given to rolling. It's quite a pain when I drop it alongside the road, you know.
It's a normal cell phone to me. In any case, Mr. Justice, the cross-examination, please.
That's funny. My bracelet didn't react at all during the testimony. His nervous habit must not be acting up. Didn't sense anything either, actually. Looks like you're on your own this time around. Right, no problem, I hope. Here comes justice.
Night. Yes, I went to the supermarket.
So you went shopping, which means you were holding a grocery bag when you witnessed the murder taking place. Well, yes, of course.
There was a grocery bag with the police. I thought it was the old lady that was trying to, like, cross over the thing, but there was a grocery bag.
Incidentally, the prosecution has received no report of this domestic detail.
Stigler, can you explain yourself?
No, I mean, yes, I did go shopping. Really, I walked around the supermarket trying out the free samples. It's a deeply spiritual time for me.
The store clerks would disagree.
Do you think sampling free food counts as a religion?
No.
In any case, that night, I sampled to my heart's content and was on my way back home, yes? I must have dropped my cell phone on my way back. That's when you passed in front of the Maractus Clinic? Oh, well, yes, that's correct. That's a pretty suspicious pause there. Mr. Stigler, do you think you could be a bit more specific? Please show us the exact route you took on the night of the murder. Of course. The supermarket is here along this main road. My way from here takes me past the Maractus Clinic. This is probably when I dropped my cell phone. Yet woe was I walked on unaware of my loss. And walked right into that fateful park.
That's a weird way to come through there. Because you wouldn't have been where you said you were.
Oh, let's walk. I happened to witness the crime.
I wonder.
Which entrance did you enter the park from? Well, to be exact, one might say that I went in from the entrance closest to the Maractus Clinic. The same entrance our victim used. Did you notice anything when you entered? Wheel marks from a noodle stand, for instance? I have no recollection of such a thing, no. Yet though I might have missed the tracks, I could not miss what happened next. I'm a keen observer of the obvious, you might say. This part of the testimony is key, I know it. Should I press him about the killer, the victim, or the noodle stand?
Let's press him on the noodle stand.
Do you happen to remember the noodle stand? Quite well, yes. For a student of the sciences, keen observation and healthy curiosity are vital. I remember everything. I could even read the sign. I believe it said, noodle. Yes, that was it.
Immersing quite well, it took you a while to tell us. Thank you for telling us that a noodle stand sells noodles. Very enlightening. Well, Mr. Justice,
What about that sign? Could that be important?
Very important. It does not say noodles.
So the sign on the noodle stand said noodle. Here's the defense has just obtained a vital piece of testimony.
is noodle stand's broth really that delicious? I'll have to sample the wares one of these days. And that's worth adding to the testimony as well.
Whatever sort of noodles that stand sells, it can't match up to Ivyu's cafeteria. Some apply to the school merely to taste some of our smart noodles. The phrasing on that? We're gonna just move past that. I don't mind a taste of that might stop. Alright, so this is a contradiction. Because we know the thing says Eldoon, not noodle. Hold on. Ah, that is important. Because that shows, yeah, this is exactly. He is the one that shot him. Yeah. Because he went from the other way. That's why it says noodle.
Objection!
And you're absolutely sure the sign read noodle? Why, just last week my professor offered me this praise. At least you have good eyesight, Stickler, I'll give you that. It read without a doubt noodle. I see. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Is that pity I see in your eyes? Let's take a look at our map, shall we? So you're claiming that when you saw the sign, you were standing here, was it? Although it would have been a bit hard to read the sign from this spot. You think so? Mr. Sticker, I'd like you to please take another look at the stand, and to carefully read what the sign says. See, the sign actually states the name of the stand's owner. Eldoons. Inconceivable! I'm certain it was definitely noodle for sure, positive.
And your professor was wrong with that eyesight.
I don't be so quick to jump to that conclusion. The sign he saw changes everything. The witness says the sign said noodle. And he saw it right. What would you say if I told you that there is one spot from which the sign would be read the way Mr. Stickler claims? What?
And Justice, show us this spot.
From this location.
Take that!
The witness was standing here, on the opposite side.
How do you know that?
When viewed from the south, the sign on the stand reads Eldoons, as we see. However, observe the other side of the stand.
Oh, the side says noodle.
Exactly. The name of the stand is split between the front and back sides. Mr. Stickler, you lied to the court. You witnessed the crime from the northern side of the park, not the south. Ah! You caught me.
Objection!
So what? So what? What does it matter if you saw the killing from the north or the south side? It makes no difference at all. He's right. Travel far enough to the south, and you'll end up going north. Viewed on a global scale, directions are utterly without meaning. Actually, maybe he's right. What does it change? Changes everything, Apollo. Juicy? Remember his testimony from before? But to be honest, I'm a little scared of where this is leading.
Oh, we're going into 3D.
The killer and the victim are facing each other over here. Then at the moment the killer raises his weapon, Mr. Stickler shouts, at which point the victim turns his head to look, and the killer fires his pistol. That's why the bullet hit him in the right temple. Now, no contradictions, right? Right, but if Mr. Stickler was standing on the north side of the park, and that reverses the whole scenario.
Was it someone from inside the noodle stand?
Completely, if Mr. Stickler shouts where he is now, and the victim looks in his direction, the bullet would have had to have hit his left temple. In other words, someone standing at point K couldn't shoot the victim in his right temple. It's impossible.
That's right.
So now that we know that Mr. Stickler was standing on the northern side, the wound location takes on an entirely different meaning.
Indeed. You are absolutely correct, Fraulein.
What?
What meaning?
The entry wound was on the right side of the victim's head, correct? Well, the right side of the victim's head is north.
North. That's where the witness Wesley Stickler was standing.
Correct. So, if he was standing to the north, then the only person here who could have shot the victim in the right temple was Mr. Stickler himself. No!
Order.
Well, the apple didn't fall far from the tree. Just left this whole case on its head while I was still figuring it out.
Clarify one point for me, if you would, Air Forehead.
What now?
Are you truly accusing this college student of murder?
Well, I can't say he exactly looks innocent, but something still doesn't feel right. I just can't picture him as the real killer. But then who would it have been? Who would have been in... Assuming that we know... I mean, could it have been her? Potentially. Still kind of nervous about her. Maractus. Like, because if he actually turned, but that really leaves only her. Or her, but why are you even here? What else do I have? I don't have anything else. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, please, look aside. I'm really a nice guy. All my friends say so. But then why? But if that was the case... Because we still haven't figured out why Maractus had the noodle stand. Why did he take the noodle stand?
Then what the defense has to say.
What are you gonna do now, Justice?
Let me save something real quick here.
Should I really accuse Mr. Stickler?
Oh boy. Well, there's another crime he committed.
I think Rusty Stickler's a killer, but he's not innocent either. His unusual silence tells me that much. Mr. Stickler, you seem unusually quiet. Tell us why, now. The word confession isn't in my dictionary.
Tisk, 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 Air Forehead. I'm afraid it falls to you to elucidate our Stickler's silence.
Justice, did you say you were accusing the witness just now?
Yeah, something.
A crime other than murder? A reason the court's all ears.
I know he's guilty of something, but what crime other than murder is there? Do I have evidence that shows his involvement in some other crime?
Evidence, the court's all eyes, Mr. Justice.
Now is it my time to present this? Oh boy.
What a brand new penalty.
I guess so. We're being real sticklers, no pun intended, for exactly which set of bloomers. Yeah, it is. Okay. Okay. The evidence is this.
What is that? Woman's underwear.
Hey, those are mine. Please don't say that. Oh, jeez. Oh my gosh. Don't look at me like that.
Order, order, order. Hey, stickler. Well, I can't say this comes as a shock. You know what it's...
Seems by Pythagoras' theorem. On the night of the murder, just past 9 p.m., a young girl catches a panty snatcher red-handed. Oh, there's the word again. Bravely, she gives chase, but the snatcher flees and hides himself in no other place than the Maractus Clinic garage.
Ah,
Incidentally, these panties were found in the exhaust pipe of the car there. Presumably, he was trying to hide the evidence of his crime. Ergo, while you may not be a murderer, you are guilty of panty snatching in the first degree. Please hear me out. It's not what it looks like. I think it's exactly what it looks like in this case.
order, order, order. Hey, stickler. Be ashamed.
It's not what it seems.
I will understand that you're silent not because you were guilty of murder, but because you lacked the courage to admit your theft of this girl's undergarments.
Perhaps you were not aware that my school's name was originally written IV. I stands for intelligent, V stands for valiant. See?
Your point.
I'm not done. Now I'm a major in the science department. And what does science teach if not curiosity? Yes, we of the IVU science department are valiantly curious. Oh, please don't tell me it's your entire department. No challenge is too daunting. What greater challenge to science and mystery? Can we please stop with this line of reasoning here? Come on, you're talking about a girl's panties here. No, you do not understand. A mystery is the unknown, and the unknown is unacceptable. And my friends, when it comes to mysteries, those are the promised land. Okay. From the moment I first laid eyes on them, I was impelled to investigate for science. I can't believe I would rather be talking to Hody right now. Yeah, I'm just gonna ignore that part. A full-sized car tire was only the first mystery those revealed. A tire? Yes, I saw her do it. She pulled a tire out of those. But that's not all. First, there was the tire, then a stew pot, and a frozen chicken. One mystery after another. It was magic. Oh, I remember now. He's one of the regulars in the audience at the Wonder Bar. Oh, cool. So he's parasocial. We love that.
He's talking about my magic trick. I just don't understand. A broom. It mocks the very laws of physics. A broom and a frozen chicken? Trucy, whatever happened to doves and bunny rabbits?
Mr. Stigler, who stole this, to understand a magic trick?
You say that, but they are so much more than that. For me, they are an object of serious study. I wonder, there's been a recent rash of snatchings in the area. Were they all you? I am sorry, but I did it for science. Each time I spied a pair flapping and maybe this would be the... Okay. Even the night that she chased me through the streets, I wept tears of joy? Perhaps the night that I will seize the truth. But woe was I, for once again... Cool. Still.
At least one thing unexplained.
Ah, you refer to our witness's other lie, yes? The witness claimed he saw the crime from the south, but was in fact in the north.
Indeed. Anyone care to explain why he lied about that?
Be my guest, Airforehead. Me? Did I hear you correctly? Do you not say you do not accuse this witness of murder? Why then did the witness lie about his location at the time of the shooting? Or have you no idea? Apollo, there's something about the way the diagram is arranged right now. When you think about it, right near where Mr. Stickler was standing, isn't there a... Yep, I know exactly where we're going. Once again, I was too early. I sure do. The evidence that shows why he lied is this.
What? More?
How many are you carrying in your pocket, Airforehead? These are the last. Honest. These were found in a trash can at the park. Looking at the diagram, I can see that the trash can was right next to where the witness stood.
Mr. Stickler, you didn't.
Alas, I'm a failure as a scientist. I can't unravel the mysteries of the universe. Can't even unravel anything.
So these are your handiwork as well.
That night I had been chased, hounded into the Raptor's Clinic garage. Weeping in frustration, I was forced to abandon my prize. Don't you see how I felt? Nope. Nope. Sure don't. Sure don't. Believe me, I'd rather not. I hid the garage for a short while, then abandoning them, I made for home. To avoid the office where the girl works, I went towards the south entrance. When I saw them hanging there, on a clothesline by a giant mansion. Yep. Apparently didn't know they belonged to the mob. I had them safe in my pocket ready to take home. When I stumbled upon a murder. The murder of Dr. Maractus. What if they searched me? That's when you disposed of them. Yes, it was a severe blow to the progress of science.
A fascinating, if disturbing tale.
That's also still lying. Well, not entirely, but like... Oh my gosh.
I believe this brings today's proceedings to a close. I'm more than pleased to dismiss this witness for the remainder of the trial.
One last thing, if I might.
Yes, Prosecutor Gavin.
Regardless of where we ended today, some vital points were made. Namely, that the defendant Walkie-Talkie was at the scene of the crime, and he was pointing a weapon at the victim. One more thing. Walkie-Talkie has a clear motive.
Meaning the defendant Walkie-Talkie is still the prime suspect in this case. Only suspect in fact, assuming there was no one else on the scene at the time. And a mystery remains. The location of the wound in the victim's right temple is yet to be explained. Court requests further investigation from both the defense and the prosecution.
Yeah, maybe. No problem.
Very well, this brings the trial for the day to a close. Court is adjourned.
Okay. Well, hopefully we'll never have to mention this again, and we can move on. And we will pick up the investigation of day 2 tomorrow. It's such a weird, like, this is such like a time capsule of like when this released. And we don't even get like, so like, this is something, this kind of a storyline, this kind of a trope comes up in various works around this time period and since then. Unfortunately, unlike in games like, say, well, I think it was in the Judgment games from RGG, you don't get to beat up the people. You don't get to beat them to a pulp. You just get to sit here and outline everything they do and listen to them monologue about the pursuits of science. So, yep. It's great. We're doing wonderfully. But that is enough of that. Hopefully we can put that behind us now as we begin the investigation into who the actual killer is. And hopefully we never hear from this man again. If we do, it will be too soon. Anyways. Thank you for tuning in. Have a wonderful night or wonderful day wherever it is you are in the world. Remember to stay hydrated, eat some food, get some rest, take care of yourself. And we will be back tomorrow night to do some more investigating and see exactly where things go. I indeed never changed the title. We've been starting soon for almost 2 hours. Stream never started. This whole thing didn't exist. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe this was all just a crazy dream that never really happened. You be the judge of that. Purge it from your memory if you would like. I would not blame anyone. But in other words, and another time, please have a wonderful night, and bye-bye.